with NonStop News.
It's what we do. We do it every single morning. NonStop News starts right now. We are the only station in town commercial free. No need to flip. We got it all covered for you over the next 15 minutes.
That's right. We have you covered this morning with your 4-zone weather with Jeannette. But first, we're going to go to Joy, who has some breaking news. Joy, you're watching an accident involving a school bus, right?
Yeah, that's right. And we have a live picture now from your South Texas Ford dealer, Sky 4. A big response here. We've seen an ambulance. We've seen some fire trucks. Let's just go straight to David Mendoza. He's the one who's above this scene watching it unfold. David, tell us a little bit about what you've seen so far.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Yeah, we heard reports of a bus-involved accident with possible serious injuries. Moments ago, we just saw someone being loaded up into this paramedic unit from this crashed-out vehicle in the middle of the intersection. Over here to the right of our screen, we have a school bus that's in a ditch. It appears to be in a ditch right now. Responding units, this is East Central ISD. We have East Central ISD Police, SAPD, and fire on scene. No word yet on occupants of the bus or if it was filled. We're trying to figure that out right now, but right now we do have a major accident at the intersection of South W.W. White and Southeast Military over here on the south side. But I'm going to be over the scene trying to get more details. I'll let you know when I get them, but this is the accident scene at the moment. I'll toss it back to you.
All right, David, we're going to check in again with him soon and hopefully get some more details about the number of injuries and how severe that may be. In the meantime, this is the area he's talking about, WW White Road and Southeast Military Drive. That intersection, as you saw, there is some traffic still allowed through, but being redirected through that area right now. On the northwest side, we do have a disabled vehicle. It's on Loop 410 eastbound at Evers, causing about a 5-minute delay because one lane is blocked off. That's the latest with your on-time traffic.
Now to weather. Now you're not going to encounter any weather-related problems. There is some fog developing, but most of that is outside of San Antonio and Bexar County, down towards across the east and portions of the northeast, southeast too, south along I-37. Farther south you go, you may encounter some fog. Live look outside. Raul B. Rodriguez Law weather cameras showing you it's still dark outside. Sunrise not until 7:32. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Warmest at the airport at 67 degrees. May drop another few degrees from the next 10 minutes to the next 45 minutes. And then this afternoon, it is going to really heat up. We'll be in the low 80s at noon, and then this afternoon climbing to the low 90s. Forecast high is 91. The record for the day is 97, set back in 1899. This is the hottest day of the week. It's going to cool down and becoming wet. Your full forecast tracking some rain chances coming up in under 10 minutes.
Thank you, Jeannette. Bexar County Commissioner's Court is meeting today to discuss the possible redevelopment of the Frost Bank Arena area.
Yeah, so this is all part of the future when it comes to Project Marvel and that downtown possible sports and entertainment district. News 4's Tawny Davis now live with details on what they're expected to talk about later today. Tawny, good morning.
Good morning. With the San Antonio Spurs expected to move downtown as a part of this Project Marvel, Bexar County Commissioners Court are discussing or plan to discuss the future of the Frost Bank Center. In today's meeting, Judge Sakai plans to negotiate with the San Antonio Livestock Exposition, a Texas nonprofit corporation, and the Coliseum Advisory Board on a memorandum of understanding. And with that, they plan to discuss the redevelopment of the Freeman Coliseum, Frost Bank Center, Coliseum grounds, and nearby properties. They will also include a discussion of the MOU between Bexar County, the City of San Antonio, and the San Antonio Spurs. They originally requested ongoing status updates from staff regarding the MOU back in February. This is all part of Project Marvel, where city and county leaders signed off on a plan to negotiate a deal on the potential project. Now, Bexar County Commissioners Court is meeting later this morning about 9 a.m. and we will follow this and bring you the latest updates both on air and online. Reporting live, I'm Tawny Davis. Back to you.
All right, Tawny, thanks. About 15 minutes now from 7 a.m. this morning, we have the name of the man police shot and killed after that suspect allegedly pulled out a machete. So this was Sunday afternoon near Tahoka Boulevard and Julia Place. Police say that 27-year-old Max Dominguez was attacking his girlfriend. Officers showed up there on scene. They say Dominguez pulled out a machete. That's when an SAPD officer shot and killed him. That officer now been placed on administrative duty, at least for now.
Police are identifying another suspect shot and killed by SAPD officer in a separate incident. It happened on March 16th. Police say they were chasing Miguel Morin after he ran from a traffic stop off Vance Jackson and 410. When they caught up to him, he allegedly pulled out a knife. An officer tried stopping Morin with a stun gun, then ended up shooting him multiple times. He died at the scene.
Well, the latest now on the Suzanne Simpson case. The longtime business partner of Brad Simpson, the husband, has filed several motions in court. So Brad is charged with killing his wife, Suzanne, and Brad's business partner, James Cotter, is accused of helping him hide an unregistered gun. So one of the motions filed by Cotter's lawyers is to suppress evidence obtained by investigators. Cotter claims he was arrested without legal authority. His attorney also wants prosecutors to not bring up his past convictions or alleged violations of the law.
What it's saying is judge, before trial, we want to have a hearing, and I think what they're going to end up specifying is they're really going to try to limit out anything that Mr. Simpson is alleged to have done, because that would obviously really prejudice Mr. Cotter, right? So you have one defendant that doesn't want anything in his trial having anything to do with somebody alleged to have killed their wife.
The third motion filed was a formal request for evidence. Goss says that the judge is unlikely to rule on that motion, but will probably hear detailed arguments on the other two requests.
The families of several of the victims in the 18-vehicle crash on I-35 in Austin are now suing the driver who was arrested in connection. He's accused of being under the influence while driving a semi-truck that slammed into multiple cars earlier this month. An attorney representing the family of one of the victims says he wants to hold all parties responsible. Along with the driver accused of being under the influence, he's named Amazon in the lawsuit. He says he wants to send a message to trucking companies about hiring qualified drivers.
You can't just throw somebody out there and don't care about what happens to the safety of the public that's out there carrying your merchandise.
The two construction companies that were in charge of the work being done on the section of I-35 where the crash happened were also named in the lawsuit. It claims the companies failed to provide adequate warnings, signage, and safety measures within the work zone. Now, the man who admitted to killing 23 people at an El Paso Walmart in 2019 will not face the death penalty. The removal of the death penalty for Patrick Cruz's state charges could lead to a quick guilty plea and life sentence. Now, in August of 2019, Cruz drove more than 10 hours to a Walmart in El Paso and opened fire in a racially motivated attack. Now, 23 people were killed and more than 20 others were injured. He previously pleaded guilty to federal charges and was sentenced to 90 consecutive life sentences.
Well, 6 for 6. They did it. And hopefully by now you've heard the story of Ross Orman and Andrew McAllister. They have run as a duo all 6 of the world's biggest marathons. These two San Antonians met several years ago and started running marathons together. First in San Antonio, then New York, Boston, Chicago, and so on. They run for inclusion as a way to support Andrew's Believe It Foundation, which helps integrate South Texas children with special needs into everyday life. It helps kids be kids, basically. As for Tokyo, they originally said no to running as a duo, but Ross and Andrew convinced race organizers to allow them in and allow others to race as well.
I love sports. I'd never really been able to compete in sports. And doing this duo racing with Ross allowed me to be a competitor. And it was a dream that I was okay if it never happened, and at 37, it did. Yeah. And it was, for me, it was a total God thing that it happened that way. And so it's been a life-changing experience. And what I say is that saying yes to Ross was life-changing. So if somebody wants to do something for you and sacrifice their time and effort for you, say yes to them, because it can change your life.
He gives as much as he gets. Ross runs and pushes, but Andrew challenges and motivates and inspires along the way. There is a 7th major marathon now added, this one in Sydney, Australia. It will be in August, and they want to run. If you'd like to help them get there or find out more about what they do and why they do it, check out their website, believeItrun.org.
Now your certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jeannette.
I just love them. They are such an inspiration. All right, weather, sunny and pretty hot today, talking highs in the 90s. This is the hottest day of the week. It will be cooler the rest of the week. The next weather maker will be approaching tomorrow, but it'll be over the area on Thursday. We're going to see rain here Wednesday night through early Friday. Where's the rain right now? Well, the rain is farther to the north outside of Texas, but we're not going to see the rain from what's falling right now across the north. The rain is going to come from an upper level disturbance that will be moving towards Baja California tomorrow, and then it gets closer to our area on Thursday. This storm is taking a track farther south compared to the last several storms that have stayed to the north. And because it's taking a track farther south, it's going to be coming right over the area, and that is the reason why we'll see the widespread rain, high rain chances, and could end up seeing a few inches of rain. So again, that'll be Wednesday night is when we'll start to see the scattered showers, couple thunderstorms. Then the rain will be on and off throughout the day Thursday, continuing into early Friday. No rain today. Certainly warm today with those high temperatures, as I mentioned, in the upper 80s to low 90s, some spots to the west and southwest, mid to upper 90s. Clouds will be increasing tonight. It'll be mostly sunny this afternoon. By the evening, it'll be partly cloudy, and then tonight into tomorrow morning, cloudy. We'll see some patches of fog, maybe some sprinkles or mist. And then for your Wednesday afternoon, we'll see some breaks of sun with rain coming up from the south. Now, Thursday will be a pretty wet day, especially along and east of I-35. The rain will be on and off, and even into Thursday night, pretty good chance of rain. Early Friday, scattered showers with a couple of thunderstorms. It's spring season, so anytime you hear us mention thunderstorms, just be aware that there is the potential for severe weather. Any thunderstorm that develops this time of the year could be strong to severe. We had some severe thunderstorms in our area Sunday night, and we could have some gusty thunderstorms here on Thursday, primary hazards being high winds and hail. This is a good rainmaker for us. We could end up measuring the rain in inches, 2 to 3+ inches around San Antonio and Bexar County, higher amounts to the east and southeast. Here's your Tuesday forecast. So we'll have some patchy clouds until mid-morning, temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, and then clearing out before a few more clouds roll in late in the day. Low 80s at noon, this afternoon climbing to about 91 or 92. 96 around Eagle Pass, 97 in Cotulla, upper 80s to low 90s in the Hill Country and the eastern zone. With the clouds tomorrow, it won't be as warm, 82 degrees, 20% rain chance, 10% in the morning, 20% in the afternoon, then up to a 60% rain chance Wednesday night, 90% Thursday, pretty wet then, 80% Thursday night, 60% before noon on Friday. With the rain Thursday, Friday, it'll be cooler, highs in the 70s. Once it dries out and we see some sun, it warms up quickly over the weekend. Then a front comes in late Sunday, and that'll bring us another cool down for early next week. Here is the extended forecast for the other 3 zones. Remember that 4-zone weather app. Make sure you download that. That'll come in handy starting tomorrow night.
All right, let's get right back to David Mendoza. He's in your South Texas Ford dealer Sky4 right now above a crash on the southeast side that involved a school bus. David, when we last checked in, you told us that you saw one person taken away in an ambulance, and you were still working to determine if there were any students on board that bus. Have we learned anything else about this?
Hey, yeah, good morning. That paramedic unit transporting that person just left scene. We have a wrecker on scene. Again, this is at South W.W. White and Southeast Military. As of this moment, I haven't seen any children in this bus or any signs of any children on scene. So it's a possibility that there were no children occupying this bus. This is with East Central ISD. We have East Central ISD police, SAPD, and fire responding to this. Fire just left scene moments ago, and we have this wrecker over here picking up this vehicle involved with the crash. At this moment, I've only been able to see one person that has been transported, but it is causing delays right here as they deal with this accident. They're also going to have to deal with retrieving this school bus from this ditch over here. So I'm going to be above the scene. I'll let you know the latest when I know it, and we have ground crews on the way, so we'll be able to give you further details. Until then, back to you.
All right, David, we appreciate it. As he mentioned, this is going to be WW White Road and Southeast Military Drive, and you can see that line of traffic reflected here that you just saw in that live picture. Another big issue that we're tracking right now is south of San Antonio. The northbound lanes of I-37 at FM 536 completely shut down right now because of a crash involving an 18-wheeler. Right now, not seeing a big delay behind that, but the highway is completely closed. This is north of Pleasanton, south of San Antonio. That's the latest with your on-time traffic.
All right, guys, great work out there. Time for one final look at the morning headlines. A man is facing arson charges. Police say that he locked a woman he had a fight with inside their apartment and then lit that apartment on fire.
That's right. This happened at the Solana Apartments on Eisenhower Road around 10:30 last night. Now, police say the man physically assaulted the woman before locking her inside and starting the fire. Now, the man ran away but was caught down the street. Police say the woman and another resident jumped off their balcony to escape. They're both currently in the hospital. A firefighter was also hurt while trying to put out the fire, but is expected to be okay. Police are now trying to figure out what other charges the suspect could be facing.
And if you fly United Airlines, heads up, they're raising their fees for travel perks. The company said the increase in fees will include the annual airport lounge membership and its rewards credit cards. The move is in an effort to make the cards more valuable to its customers.
And congratulations to Antoinette Bikes. She's today's winner for our Fiesta Medals giveaway. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for another chance to win. Thanks for watching.
I like that name, Antoinette.
I know.
Today is a gift. Make it count. Have a good Tuesday.